Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the What's Making Money Now show. This is your host Tim Mai, aka Dr. Dudeals from dudeals.com. This show is about inspiring you and sharing with you what's working best right now and what's making money right now in today's real estate market. And I'm really excited to have our guest on the line with us today. Brian Splitz is a local real estate investor here in Houston. I've gotten to meet Brian recently. Awesome guy, great real estate investors. He's probably he runs one of the biggest wholesaling business here in town, and I'm really honored and it's a privilege to interview him today. I'm really excited about that. Brian, you want to say hi to everybody real quick?
Hello, hey Tim.
Awesome. Yeah. So, you know, um, Ryan, let's just start out with if you can share with everybody a little bit about yourself and your background and how you got started in real estate investing.
Okay. Let's see, I'm native to Dallas, but I've been in Houston for about 10 years. I went to college in Atlanta and came here to go to law school, but ended up getting into investment real estate instead. I've been doing this for a little more than 6 years, maybe close to 7. And Big State Home Buyers is 4 years old this year. Started out just by listening to some old Ron LeGrand CDs and driving around neighborhoods and writing yellow letters, and closed our first deal out in Westbury on Effingham about 6 or 7 years ago.
So let's talk about that deal because I know you just went through it real quick there. So slow down a little bit. What makes you even wanted to get started in real estate investing in the first place? Like, what got your interest in that? There's a lot of things you could be doing, right?
The freedom, and kind of a challenge. It sounded a little too easy to be true, too good to be true. And I had some free time on my hands. I was taking some time off of school, and I'm motivated by working for myself. I'm motivated by creating something for myself, and it was an opportunity, and I honestly didn't think it was going to work out. I thought that I was going to give it 90 days and then go get a job or go back to school. And it was about 6 weeks in that we closed our first deal.
Well,
So it stuck.
got it. Okay, that's pretty awesome. So you were going through school at the time. You took a break from it. You weren't working or anything, right? And so you took a break from it and got started in real estate investing. And I know you mentioned that you got one of Ron LeGrand's tape. I guess a friend of you lent it to you or something.
My dad, actually.
Oh,
I was
okay,
off from law school. My dad lent it to me.
got it. Okay,
We started out doing this together. He's a commercial broker.
got it. Okay, so he's a commercial broker. He wanted you to get started in real estate investing. So I guess he wanted you to start small with residential stuff.
Yeah. He had always wanted to try it, but he's so busy in his commercial career that he just kind of collected audio courses and hadn't really tried it. So he wanted to give it a shot. See
Got
if,
it. Okay, so he kind of make you the guinea pig.
right, absolutely.
Okay, so you got the tape. You listened to it. Did it specifically tell you to drive neighborhoods?
Yes, it did. It told you exactly what to say in the letter. And, what I liked about his program is he kind of made it sound like you couldn't screw it up. So, because it was a completely foreign thing to me. I didn't really ever get into real estate beforehand. My family does it, but I didn't think I was going to be in real estate. So, he said to write the letters. He told, what kind of houses to look for, what to say. And, like I said, it was just guesswork.
Got it. So what kind of houses were you looking for?
I was looking for, and I still like these. I was looking not just for the ones that were burnt down or beat up, but ones that just the lawn was overgrown or the paint needed, was like 20 years old, or the shutters were kind of rotten, like something that was that was a little off, that didn't fit with the rest of the, manicured neighborhood. Like I said, I started in Westbury, so those are nice houses. So I just picked anything that looked just a little off.
Got it. Okay. So so you find any kind of distress or
Yeah, but
yeah.
maybe a little less obvious than most people are looking for.
Got it. Okay. And then you sent them. What did you send them?
Hi, my name is Brian, and drove by your house at blank and I would be interested in owning it. Have you ever considered selling? Please give me a call at 832 blah blah blah.
Got it. So you didn't come off as, I'm this big shot real estate investor. So you came off as I'm a normal guy looking for a house to buy.
Right.
Okay. Did you get any nasty calls?
Oh yeah, I still get nasty calls. Not that many. I don't have many people hang up on me, but of course they do. That's part of the business.
Right, right. Well, I know, like, when I send letters like that, I get a lot of calls of, like, what you doing mailing to me? My house not for sale.
Oh yes. I had somebody last week tell me that they were going to be in that house till they go to heaven. So I said, okay, well, put it with your will then, and call me after. Leave it for your kids.
Yeah, exactly, right? Or call me before you get to heaven so we can go ahead and work out the deal.
Why not? They got to sell it eventually.
Okay. So you drove the neighborhood, you sent out the letters, and how long before your phone started ringing?
Those letters attract attention. My phone was ringing, by the time the mailman delivered them.
Oh, wow, okay.
The interesting thing about those letters is people keep them. So even if they don't call you right away, I've gotten a call 1 or 2 years later from
Oh,
people
wow.
who just held on to the letter. So they're effective.
That's cool. Okay. So then how long, you before you got your first deal? Like once you mail out the letters, how long before you got your contract?
I'd say within 6 weeks.
Okay. So then that's pretty fast. That's awesome.
Yeah,
So
for the first deal.
yeah. So then what did you decide to do on that deal?
I did what Ron LeGrand said to do. I put an ad in the green sheet that says handyman special, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2-car garage, cheap, cash, and my phone number.
Okay. So that's pretty simple, right? And how fast did you end up finding a buyer?
Within a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so was it like a landlord buyer, a rehabber, or what?
Actually, it was an agent over at what was then called RealNet. One of their guys that was looking in the paper, and he went on to become my salesperson there for a couple of years.
Oh, wow, okay.
I've done a lot of business with them. It's now net worth, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm familiar with them too. Okay, so they found you off of the green sheet, they contacted you, and then you ended up selling that property. So how much did you end up making on that property?
$8,900.
$8,900 for your first deal. That's phenomenal. What was the price of the house? Like, what was the value of the house?
Oh, I guess it was in the middle high ones, and we got it for about 75, I think, and sold it to RealNet for 84 something, 84.9.
Okay.
And then they wholesaled it again. But it's a great area, so you can get good prices over there.
That's awesome. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna break it down to two parts here. When you were out there driving and sending out the letters, did you have any doubt, like, oh man, I don't know if this is gonna work, this is a waste of time, wasting my money?
Yeah, 70% of me was saying that. Oh yeah.
Okay.
But, I had some time, so I gave it a shot.
Got it. Okay, so your other 25% of you, or 30% of you say, well, I really don't have much to lose, right?
Exactly.
I got some time, why not give it a try?
Right.
And how did it feel when you got, because I remember for myself, like the first offer that I made, I was like shaking. I didn't know what contract to use. I didn't, I didn't know if I should use the Guru's contract, which is out of town, or should I go to Office Depot and buy a contract that maybe is state specific, Texas specific. Did you go through all of that?
Yeah, I did. I had no idea. I didn't know if we were paying too much or if we were getting a good deal, or I had no idea what to do with it once that, I made that offer and she said yes. And luckily, like I said, my dad's a broker, so we used Trek Contract, and he kind of showed me what kind of contract to use. And, I didn't know what a title company was or contract looked like, nothing. I didn't know anything, nothing.
Got it. Okay. So were you? So you were kind of scared about the offer, right? Whether or not you were able to sell it, and
Yeah.
so how did it feel once you found a buyer?
Felt I don't know, it felt too good to be true a little bit. It was kind of easy once once we got to that point. And then I remember getting that first check, and that's when I decided I wasn't going back to law school.
Got it. And so how long did it take for the buyer to close on it?
A couple of weeks.
Okay. So from the beginning to the end, from the time that you start driving to the time that you get your check, would you say it's about 8 weeks or so?
It could have been between 6 and 8. I don't remember. It's been a while, but
Okay.
it was quick. It was quick enough to convince me.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can imagine, getting hooked because
Yeah.
$8,900 for a college kid is a lot of money.
Yeah, it was a ton of money.
Right.
It's like my rent for a year.
Right, no kidding. All right, so let's fast forward a little bit here. How many deals would you say you have done since then?
Oh, let's see. The better part of 500.
Okay, that's quite a bit. Okay, and what would you say is your the average number of deals you're currently doing right now per month?
We're doing um, we're doing about 9 deals a month.
Wow,
So
that's a lot.
we're growing. So our goal this year is our minimum is I think it's 108 deals. Last year we did 82. I've added some more staff, so this year we're going for 108 to 120. That's our goal range. So 9 to 10 deals a month.
9 to 10 deals a month. Okay, and what's your average profit per deal?
Well, the average profit that we're shooting for is $7,345.
Okay.
That's, if I take out the big deal, the really, really big checks and the houses that I personally buy and flip, and then I take out the little ones that we hardly make any money on, then the middle of the road deal is about 7,300.
Got it. Got it. Okay. And um, how many people do you have on your team now? How many staff members?
3 full-time people beside myself. I have 2 sales people and an office administrator.
Okay, so four total, including you, right? That's okay. That's a pretty decent team for a wholesaling business.
Yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
is.
Okay. And I know that you are looking to grow from here and even expanding into other market areas as well. Um, so share with us a little bit about that. Like when, at what point and what make you feel um, about expanding into other market area versus staying with where you're at right now and just increasing maybe your marketing and just increasing the number of deals that you're currently doing.
Well, really, that's what we're doing. I realize that with the marketing we do, we're definitely missing out. Things fall through the cracks because, we just get a lot. And so it's kind of like a bell curve, and we're riding the curve to see where the plateau is. So how many more people, how many more marketing dollars translates to how many more deals. So, we're spending and we're creating the most incredible marketing campaigns right now. I would say within the next 3 to 4 months, maybe 6, it'll be so comprehensive. I think it'll be one of the best in the business. And, so we're just digging deeper, deeper, deeper and seeing how much we can grow. And then, at that point, we'll multiply, because, we're optimizing the people, we're making the best use of our days every day. And then, the best way to take it from there is to, I'm not necessarily going to sell franchises, but I want to franchise the company. I'm building my own version of HomeBusters.
Got it. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so you just mentioned that you're doing a lot of marketing, expanding on your marketing. So share with us like what marketing is working the best for you right now. Which one is bringing you the most deals right now?
Our pay-per-click, we spend a fortune with Google. I mean, I can't even believe how much money, but but I'm also a big business, so relatively speaking, for
Right.
wholesaling, so we can dump a lot into it. So that, and we still do some direct mail. We finally perfected a letter that really performs well for us, and then we're developing a lot of SEO. I'm doing a lot of videos. We're revamping all of the social media, and I'm building a lot of extra websites that are going to do a lot of that backdoor work, video blogging. So all of that stuff is in the works. It'll be live, before by the end of the summer, all of the stuff will be out there full scale.
Got it. So right now you're doing a lot of pay-per-click advertising with Google, but
Yes.
then you're looking to expand that into search engine optimization and
Right.
social marketing. Is that correct?
Right.
Got it. Got it. Okay. And you do you mind sharing like what would you say is your average cost in just in marketing? I'm not talking about your other expenses, but just in marketing, what's your average cost per lead? Maybe that
Either
might
per deal closed.
it's up to you.
Per lead, let's say, so
Or if it's per deal, it's faster. If it's already on your head, you can share that.
well, let's say it's about $30 a lead,
$30 a lead. Okay.
right? Um, that's about right. It was less last year, but we're trying so many. We're spending a lot in extra marketing dollars right now. So, but let's say we get 150 leads a month or so. That's about what we're getting. It's about 150 plus.
Okay. 150 plus leads and you're getting 9 deals. That's just a little bit like what?
Actually, the 9 deals was based on our conversion rate is about 10%. So we're
Oh
just
wow.
starting to see that bump from, we were running 80 to 100 leads a month, and now we're hitting 150 because, like I said, we're starting to really bump everything up.
Got it.
I guess in all fairness, I don't know what our conversion rate's going to be once that's all done.
Right.
But 10% is what we run as far as a conversion rate.
That's really awesome. So 10% of your leads end up to be deals. That means that your marketing is very targeted. You're getting very high quality leads.
Right.
Because I remember when in the early days of internet marketing, and I was spending a lot of money online too, but I mean I was only converting like 3% because most of my leads online are junk. They're not very high quality.
Right. Well, we do some other things to try to make use of them. We also do some net listings, and we refer out short sales. And, anything that closes with a check is a closing. So, yeah, our conversion rate is pretty good. I know it's good. 10% is good.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. That's really awesome. Okay, and um, so you mentioned that yeah, you do some net listing and referring out short sales. So those are the things that you do on your lead side for the sellers, for the homeowners, right?
Right, because if we have something that will work for them, even if it's not a cash sale, part of where we're in business to be of service to people as well. So, we take that mindset, and if there's something we can do for them, we're in business to make a profit. I've got payrolls to make and things like that, but we try to help everybody or guide them in the right way, even if we are not the company for them.
Got it.
And sometimes that turns out to our benefit, and we make more money.
Got it. Okay. So now let's switch that over to the buyer side, the investors that you're selling to.
Okay.
Other than selling houses to them, are there anything else that you offer them? Because I know some companies offer them like turnkey solutions and fixing up their house and renting out their house and all of that. What is it that you do?
Well, that's a goal. I think one day, we'll reach out to in-house handle more of that stuff. But we set a lot of people up. I'll introduce, buyers to private lenders that I know to help them get better rates. I mean, of course, there's hard money, and we do refer out to. I would say that I have a pretty good working relationship with rehabbers and hard money lenders, private lenders, insurance agents. I have a whole network of people that work on that side. So, I can get people good rates and good deals for that stuff. But, I think there are other companies that might hold back some of the stuff as trade secrets. And really, I want everybody to succeed. I want our buyers to come back and buy more from us. So,
Right.
I don't want somebody paying 30% of their profit out to a lender that's going to eat them dry. I'd rather introduce them to a lender and make that lender some money, and then, it just keeps the deal flow going, keeps everybody happier.
I like that. I like that, that win-win
Right.
mindset, right? Because yeah, like you said, the more successful your investor buyers are, the more they're gonna come back to you for more business.
Right.
So it makes a lot of sense. Okay, and so now I know that there are many wholesalers out there, many companies out there, especially here in Houston. It's a pretty competitive market. So what is it that you do to stand out from the crowd?
We I spend a lot of time training everybody that works with me, and because of the years of experience, I mean, we'll walk people through doing airship affidavits, and we'll go to them to notarize, and we'll do closings at their house. We really go above and beyond, and we really take that mindset that we are not only in business to make a profit, but that we're being of service to people. Because we genuinely have a service to provide. We have a solution to people's problems. So just going out there and being with sellers and with our buyers with that mindset, it kind of helps them put their trust in us. And, I tell my team members we are trustworthy, so there's nothing wrong with going out there and really aiming to earn the seller's trust. And honestly, when it comes down to it and it's between us and our competition, as long as the other guy hasn't bid it up outrageously, we usually get the shot at the deal because they want to work with us. And that's really the whole point. We want them to want to use Big State. And and the same goes if we're not the right fit for them, we'll actively search to fit them up with a realtor or a short sale agent or somebody that can help them. So just going that extra step, and recognizing that the sellers are in need of some service, putting them together with a solution, it comes back to us it makes us, stand out, I guess.
Got it. Now, when you're out there and dealing with the homeowners, how do you present yourself? Do you present yourself as a company, or do you present yourself as, hey, I'm just a regular Joe looking to buy houses?
No, we present ourselves as a company. I mean, we are one, and we have, professional offices and a staff and relationships with other, title companies, and we're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. I mean, we've worked hard to build the company that we have. So I take that out there. We carry our brand, with our logo, and we're selling our history and our brand when we're out there.
Got it. Okay. So you're really into building the Big State brand, pretty much with the homeowners. Okay. And has that, I'm curious as to if that has helped you in terms of referral business with homeowners.
The longer we're in business, the more we do get referrals. But it's, we're not McDonald's, so it's not,
Not yet, anyways.
not yet. I mean, at the end of the day, no, that, they'll remember the service. They remember the attitude and the professionalism. They don't necessarily remember Big State home buyers, but we leave a mark. We leave an impression. I talked to a guy last week, and he talked to a whole slew of investors a year ago, and we've been keeping up with him. And he didn't remember our company name, but when I talked to him, he said, "I remember you because you stood out above all the other people that we talked to." And we're negotiating to make a deal with the guy, and whether we get the deal or not, it's a compliment, and it's something that we share in as a success here, that we're bringing a service that stands out for people. So yes, we get some referrals, and we do what we can to build the brand, but having that company is definitely a help.
I like that a lot because I interview a lot of real estate investors all around the country, and the successful one I notice have that in common, where they care a lot about the brand, not only the company's brand, but their personal brand, about who they are and the service that they're providing. And they have that attitude, like you said, where, well, I don't care if we're going to do this deal. I want to make sure that I'm in service to you. So I mean, that's a very common trait that I find. I like that a lot. So let's talk a little bit about the softer side of your business, right? Because I know the real estate business can be very number type business. Like if the numbers don't work, oh well, right? So let's talk about the softer side. Share with us a little bit about your business philosophy, some of your values that you guys live by, that you and your team communicate with your sellers and your buyers.
Well, we just we just finished putting together a really detailed employee manual and guidebook for our team and how we do business, and that includes, a core value statement that we all know and we take with us. And it's a detailed thing, but it includes values like honesty and integrity and service and personal responsibility and innovation. And I really try to hire people and bring people like you. We attract people who believe in synergy and teamwork. And so one of the things that I really drive home with my team members is we're a team. So the common welfare of the team comes first. None of us are going to do well unless we all pull together and do well together. And I believe that outside of just big state, we don't work with everybody, that does wholesaling and has clients and such, but the people who really want to succeed and want us to succeed and we want them to succeed, we've created a really strong network of people that want to do that. And then, when we go out we take that out with us to the sellers. I mean, we do things like show up on time and call back when we say we're going to call back. And if we don't have information, call them and let them know. And, just attention to detail, and most importantly, attention to keeping our word.
Right.
So, and sometimes that means we don't make money at the end of it. Sometimes, when it gets down to it, we've got to eat a big part of our profits, because they owed too much or the deal didn't turn out so well. But, if we can keep our word and get it closed, then we do it.
Got it. Okay, yeah. You when you mentioned about calling them back when you tell them to, and it reminds me because I remember when I first got started, and I would call those "We Buy Houses" ads in the paper, and most of them won't even answer their calls, and most of them, even when you leave a message, won't call you back.
No, it's unreal how I hear every day. I called this other company, they didn't call me back. They were supposed to come out, they didn't show up for the appointment. The guy was rude or whatever. It's the simplest thing. We're paying a fortune for these sellers to call us. I mean,
right.
Pick up the phone, call them back. So, and as it turns out, unfortunately for us, a lot of other people don't do that as well as we do, which is too bad because it's the easiest way to pick up deals.
Right. Right. Again, well, I mean, I see that a lot of investors sort of have that mom and pop way of thinking around their business. They don't really look at it as a true business. They just look, I just want to make some extra income. Right. And so it's kind of a hobby / business type. And so I can see how you differ from that. I mean, I see like you're really building this brand, you're building out this company, and you're looking at the long term. And so I can see a lot of differences in that. So share with us, like, where are you taking this company? Let's say 10 years from now, where you want to be.
I don't know. I mean, our next office will be a Galveston office, and we'll build a marketing scheme that targets Galveston specifically. The third office is already, the marketing's being built, will be in Dallas because I'm from Dallas originally. And from there, we'll expand through Texas, and we'll, I've been studying Trammell Crow's business model. Trammell Crow has a very fascinating business model about how he built his real estate empire. And, a lot of it is about sharing your success and your wealth with the people that work with you and for you, so that you can build self-sustaining models. And so in 10 years, I suppose, I love talking to sellers and I love doing deals, but I also have to be a manager now of other people. And the bigger we get, the more I'll have to do that. And I see myself a lot as a sales coach for the people that I work with to make them into the best salespeople they can be. And so I guess as the years go on, I'll see myself become more and more of a teacher to the people that I hire. And,
Got it. So as you expand, are you looking to hire more people, or are you looking to possibly even partner up with people in the different markets?
I'm open, I guess. For now, I'm not easy. I'm very dedicated to what I do, and I take this work very seriously. because as we grow, I am putting more and more responsibility on myself because ultimately I'm responsible to make sure everything goes well and that all the bills get paid.
Right.
So I'm intense, and I don't know that it would be easy for someone to be a partner with me, or vice versa. I'm not sure it would be easy for me, but expanding into other markets, it's a possibility. But from where I sit right now, my intention is to employ the people that help, and keep it under one company.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So so for this year, 2012, I know you kind of vaguely mentioned it earlier, but uh, what's your goal for this year? How many deals is your goal to do this year?
109 to 120. Let's say that. My goal for the year is to have our revised marketing campaign completed, and then to have it in process to be duplicated to a second office. So I'd like to see us really either opening our second office in Galveston or really completing it and testing the first bit of the marketing there. Um, that's really where I want to be by the end of the year. Our office administrator is actually going to end up becoming a salesperson, probably one that's in charge of the net listing department of what we're doing. And then from there, we'll take on a new full-time a dedicated office admin. And so then that'll be 3 salespeople plus, yeah, 4 salespeople plus and then my business idea, I'll take one of them and help them open the Galveston location and build a sales staff underneath them, so that's my goal.
Got it.
You know, but we got to do a lot of deals to make the money to do that. So, that's always a big part of it.
Got it. Okay. So I want to turn back to the lead generation side. Have you looked into doing bank-owned REOs at all instead of doing direct marketing?
Well, I have. I really, when you have a limited amount of people, there's a limited amount of focus, and all the people that work for me, well, how about this? And why don't we do that? And, yes, but we're good at talking to sellers. I'm good at working with individuals, and the bank business is not an easy business, and people I know that do it well, have relationships with bankers, and
Right.
you can't assign those very easily. You can't double close them, and you're competing with other people in the market. I mean, if I had a larger operation where people could focus on that, and that was their specialty, then I would be open to it. But from where I sit right now, it's just not. It's not my focus. I focus on what I'm good at, and that's
Got it.
not it.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Yeah, because I know it's a very different type of business. I mean that business is very relationship driven with the listing realtors and the banks. Yeah, versus the motivated seller, you have a whole lot more freedom and control with the motivated sellers.
It's a lot easier for me, you know. People get big egos, and they're the agent, and and you're not going to do this, and we're not going to do that, and don't what firm we are, and I mean, I don't want any of that. I mean, someone else's company can go deal with those people. There are deals there. Don't get me wrong. There's money to be made doing that stuff. It's just that's not where I put my time.
Got it. Okay. So on the marketing side of the business, are you the one that's handling that, or do you outsource that?
I outsource it. I
Okay.
have I have a graphic designer that does all of our logos and marketing hard copy stuff. I have a web developer that executes our development plans. I have a third party company that does all of our SEO, and I've recently hired an agency out of Phoenix to really take our pay-per-click business to the next level.
Got it.
So, I manage it, and I'm the one that approves where we spend the money, but I pick the best that I can find. It's not easy. It's a very particular business, and it's a very particular way to market this business. Generally speaking, most people don't understand how to market to motivated sellers.
Right. Right. Okay. And so the which part do you primarily focus on? Which part of the business?
I love working with the sellers. Um, I focus on coaching and refining our system. We're trying to go from a we're trying to move to a paperless or a very close to paperless system at the end of the year. As you can see here, you know, very paper intensive business. There's just thousands of papers everywhere, and I'm good enough at keeping up with it, but focusing on making our systems better is really where my time is being divided between that, working with my staff to train them on their sales, and working with the sellers. And now we just launched a brand new website today, Big State House Deals, and I've got to put more time into working with my buyers. I mean, there's not enough hours in the day to do all the things I want to do, but
Right. So okay, so let me make sure I got you correctly here. So most of the time it's being spent with dealing with the sellers, negotiating with the sellers. Is that correct?
no,
No.
I love doing that,
Oh,
and
you love doing that. Okay.
I spend a good amount of time doing it. The majority of my time is spent coaching my staff and
Got it.
working with all of the contract support, marketing people, programming people.
So managing the team pretty much.
That's what it's evolved into.
Got it. Okay. So most of the time is spent managing the team. And then do you have somebody that talks to the sellers or at least the pre-screening part of it?
Um, yes, I have two salespeople, and I still do quite a bit of it, like I said, because I enjoy it. And we have a system divided up for when people take which calls.
Okay.
And we have a system for the way we deal with them to pre-screen them. But yes, there's three of us that manage that.
Got it. Okay. And then do you have someone different that handles the buyer side, or is it still the same salespeople that also handles the buyer side?
I have different of us have different strengths. Teresa Rodriguez is a salesperson, and she's been with me for 4 years now, and she's one of the best selling agents out there. And she's excellent at working with the buyers, and just as good as working with the sellers. But that's really her niche, and so I help her develop that. And you identify what people's strengths are, and you help them to take advantage of that. So.
Got it.
And as we grow, yes, there'll be more and more of a division between the two.
Got it.
It takes a certain kind of personality to work well with the sellers, and it takes a different personality to work with buyers.
Right.
We're two different businesses in one.
Right. So your buyers, are most of your buyers repeat buyers, or do they just buy one properties and move on?
We have a tremendous amount of repeat buyers. We have a lot of relationship clients, and a lot of people come to us a lot to ask us to find them, a deal that they're looking for. And sometimes I'll even refer them to other wholesalers if I don't have what they want. There's other wholesalers that I think are really especially good too, and I'll share my contacts with some of my contacts.
Got it. Okay. And do you do anything special in building relationship with your buyers for this long-term relationship?
I spend a lot of time with them advising.
Got it.
I have favorite parts of town for rentals. I have favorite areas for flips. I have, I have a lot of experience to know if what someone's looking for, where I think they should focus, and so I'll offer that as free advice, and I go to lunch with people. I like to be one-on-one better than in front of huge, audiences, although it is a goal this year for me to step out and show up to more events and market the brand to the buyers. But, a lot of people, we've been around long enough where a lot of people know who we are and know people that have dealt with us, and we have a good reputation. So a lot of people find us, and we give them as much information as they want. We don't rush people off the phone or.
Right.
So,
Got it. Okay.
That's how we build relationships.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So I want to give you a challenge here. And the challenge is if you were, if you were starting all over again and, and you don't have the resources that you have, but you do have the knowledge.
Right.
And so, and you, like, so back, you're a college student again, don't have any money, you don't have any credit, and you have to make money within 30 days. What would you do?
I would go back and write those letters, change that. And I did that for the better part of a year. I would spend, if I were in the position you just mentioned, I would be getting up and spending hours and hours a day driving, writing addresses down and writing letters. There's a lot of people out there who start out, I think, trying to re-wholesale other people's deals or things like that. And there's nothing wrong with it. But it's not that big of a business. And so people see, once people have seen my deal, there's, they've seen it, so, really making the deal with the seller yourself, finding a way to get a seller yourself. You're going to make the most money and you're going to have the best opportunity to close a deal, and I believe that still, I like to be the one that talks to the seller as a big state. I like to be the one with the contract with the seller. And so, no, I wouldn't have done anything different.
So what would your tip be for a newbie investor who, who's scared to death in talking with sellers? How do you help them? What tip do you have for them to overcome that fear?
One tip, and that's it, that you can't screw it up. Just, if you go out with some sincerity and get them to like you. Do what you can to be likable, and go out with the mindset that you're going to accomplish it and you're going to solve someone's problem. And I tell this to people that I train: you're not going to screw it up. Just go out there and smile and help them through their problem. And if you don't know the answer to something, say, "I don't know, but I'm going to find out for you." And there's nothing to lose.
I like that. I like that a lot because I think it's the difference between the mindset of, whether or not I'm going to make money on this deal. So if you look at it from, if I'm going to make money from this, if I don't make money from this deal, then I fail, versus, hey, I'm going to go out there and aim to help somebody, to aim to solve somebody's problem. So whether I end up being able to solve their problem or not, being able to do the deal or not is irrelevant. The fact that I'm out there helping somebody.
And it's fun. Have fun with it. If you're out there anyway, you might as well make fun. You might as well have fun with it.
Right. Awesome. Yeah, I like that. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And so one of the letters that I used to do that got a lot of responses, the yellow letters. Do you use the yellow letter when you do these mailing, or you just use a normal?
When we buy lists and we do mass mailings, no, we've developed another more detailed, more forthcoming from the start. This is what we do, and this is how we can help. But I have sent thousands of yellow letters, and we don't do. I mean, I have them pre-printed, ready to go, and we don't have the time that we used to have to go drive neighborhoods.
Okay. So when.
That's the one. That's the letter that we started with, and that's the one I would go back to if I had nothing else.
Got it. Yeah, I'm a fan of yellow letters as well. So good to know that. Okay, and so what would you say is your biggest secret to success?
I love what I do. I love what I do, and I want to help. I want to have a place to provide people with a place where they can come and earn a good living, and they can go out and be of service, people that share my values. And I love to get up and go to work every day. I never dread going to work. This is my favorite thing that I do. This is the biggest, other than my health and my family, this is the biggest blessing in my life, is that I get to get up and do what I love every day. So, and my personal belief is that if you love what you're doing, then the rest will fall into place.
Got it. So I want to clarify that, or have you clarify that a little bit. When you say you love what you do, is it the real estate part that you love, or is it the people part of the real estate business that you love?
Well, I guess it's I guess if I had to pick one, it would be the people. I mean, the real estate is interesting because it provides a lot of avenues. There's different ways to slice the deal. I believe in real estate because there's, like they say, there's a fixed amount of it and a growing number of people. Everybody needs a place to live and a place to work. So there's true value in what we're selling. Even with the market being down as it has been, there's a value in what we're selling, inherently. But working with the people and watching them develop, the people I hire, and watching them turn into be these great salespeople, working with the sellers to solve their problems, and the strategies to build big state home buyers, all adding the new ideas and testing the new stuff and watching for the results and just the building, that's where I get the satisfaction.
Got it, got it. That does sound a lot of fun for sure. And yeah, it's always great to be in a business where you directly helping somebody. Where you like. I mean, I know I used to get hugs all the time at closings.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I used to. Yeah, I mean, I love that. Yeah, I love that about the business. The sellers are very thankful.
right.
What about mentors? Do you have mentors or coaches or people you use?
have a I have a business advisor that's a coach I've been working with for about 6 months, and he specializes in advising people who own their own business or have top positions at corporations. And then one of the people who handles our marketing is also someone I would consider to be a very talented and knowledgeable mentor in real estate marketing. I'm one of the good things about me is I'm very interested in what other people have to say. So I'm confident, but I'm not so certain that I have the only way. Mine is not the only way to do things. So I'm always interested in hearing. I love networking with other people like you. And I'd like to get as much detail from people as possible, not because I want your ideas, but because I like to see what it is that I'm not thinking about. And we're all different. So
Right.
I love talking to people that want to share because I want to know what you're thinking.
Right, right. Yeah, I like that too, and I don't know who came up with this term, but I know I heard Ronald Grant say it before, it's like you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So so if you're just trying to study to learn what you don't know, you're very limited to, what you don't know. But when you're talking to other people, yeah, you get to discover things that you didn't even think about.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what about mastermind groups? Do you belong to any like groups that you network with a lot? Perhaps other wholesalers or other real estate investors exchange ideas.
You know, um, I could I could use to become a part of a few more of those. Lately, I've started really. Um, I'm friends with a lot of the bigger people in the city in this business. One on one, we go to have lunch, we get together. I'm about to. There's a group of us that, in particular, I'm starting to network with that get together and play games, and you know, um, it's nice. It's nice to be friends with other people in the same business and not try to be competitive and you know cutthroat. There's some great people in this business, in all facets. But there's some great people, and yes, I like sharing ideas with them.
Got it. Got it. All right. So now let's talk about the website that you just finished building. And I heard that you have some great plans for it. I saw your email that you sent out about that as well. So share with everybody a little bit about that website and what are some of the plans you have in place for it.
Okay, well, the site is bigstatehousedeals.com, and it's a really I really tried to focus on something that was user friendly, that kept our brand, that gave links to other relevant information, a place where we could have our investors who trust to invest with us display their confidence through testimonials. But what it is, it's a place where we can post as many pictures of a house as we want, and you can view them in a slideshow, or you can make them bigger and flip through them full screen. and it gives you, the place on the Google map and directions to the property and every kind of detail about that you would find on a tax record and comparable sales. And it's just, it allows investors to check back. And, people always ask me, where can I see all your deals? Where can I see your deals? And, we either call people for them or we send them out. But this is a really centralized location where we can post and people can just really get an idea of the areas and the volume that we do. We're having the mobile-friendly version of the site is being built, and it'll be ready at I would say within the first 2 weeks of April. So it'll all go mobile-friendly, and it gives people a place where they can sign up to our contact lists, and we also have a text messaging buyers list that we've launched. So, it just tells you everything you want to know about Big State, really, and the deals we have to offer.
Got it. So it sounds like it's more focused for your investor buyers.
Yeah, it's focused 100% on the investor buyers.
Got it. So you have a separate website then for the sellers?
Oh yeah, several. We have
Okay.
several websites.
Several of them, you said?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Are they like portal authority type site like for your buyers, or are they more lead generation landing pages type sites?
Oh, I have a site, bigstatehomebuyers.com, and that's a very detailed site with links, and it's all focused on the seller. And we have several lead generation sites, and some of the new ones we're building start with videos and have links to video question and answer pages, and those are all lead generation sites. But once we talk to our sellers, we direct them to Big State Home Buyers. It's a little too lengthy for lead generation, but it's a great information site. So once we have their attention, we take them to the place where they can really read up about our company. So we use both, but we use them for separate things.
Got it. Okay, well, good. Yeah, really good to know that. So for the folks listening on this call here, what website or what contact information do you want to give out to them for them to check you out, learn more about your business, and really get involved and be a part of your growth?
BigStateHouseDeals.com, because you can find all the ways to contact me and all of my sales staff. You can find the properties. You can find links to other websites. If you want to read about, and you can read both, there is a section of that site that tells the buyer what we do for the seller, because I think it's really important for our investor buyers to know what service it is we're providing them and the people that they're ultimately buying the house from. So, BigStateHomebuyers.com is a great site too, and anyone's welcome to call me anytime. Pick up the phone and dial in. You'll find our phone number all over those websites. But
awesome.
StateHouseDeals.com. That's where I would go now.
Awesome. That's great. Well, Brian, it's been an awesome interview. I love how generous you are with the information that you're sharing, and I love everything you share. Thank you so much.
And very generous of you. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Yeah, well, everybody, I hope you had enjoyed this great interview, and make sure you go to BigStateHouseDeals.com and BigStateHomebuyers.com to learn more about Brian and his company. Phenomenal guy, apparently, right? You experienced that on this interview, and Brian runs a very tight company as well, very dedicated to helping homeowners to solve their real estate problem, get their home sold quickly, and helping other real estate investors to build their real estate wealth through real estate investing. And so make sure you check him out. Thank you so much for watching this interview, and I'll see you on the next interview. All right, bye everybody. Bye, Brian.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks, bye.